Hi, greetings, my hoodoo boos. Hi. I'm driving and I needed to drop this video to discuss some things. And I wanted to go live, and I still might do it tonight, but this has to be said, and I don't think I can wait till live, and I don't want to get distracted by reading the comments and bringing people on. Because normally I'll go live, I'll say, I'll run my mouth and then I'll drop the link for you guys to tap in. I just need y'all to listen to me, what I'm about to say, and forgive me for driving. And I know what you're thinking, which bitch, why are you driving and recording a video? Look, my hands are right here. My video is mounted, so technically I am following all the laws of California, so you don't have to call them folks on me. All right, so let's get started. We need to discuss mental illness. No, excuse me. We need to discuss depression, mental illness, and spell work. We need to discuss it. It needs to be discussed. It's something I should have probably discussed a long ass time ago, but as I was, for the last 2 days, I've been feeding and communing with the ancestors, and they telling me that this is what needs to be discussed. So you guys need to understand something, and I really hope that this video that I'm dropping right now shake up a lot of folks. That's the purpose of the video. This video is not to coddle you. This video is not to talcum powder your ass. This video is for you to take a strong, hard look at yourself and your emotional state and your mental state. So this is what I'm talking about. Okay, we all go going through life, the journey of life. We all have our ebbs and our flows. You guys already know you can be sitting high today and life can throw you a right hook that can make you drop to your knees or sock you dead in your stomach, and it's nothing that you even did. You know what I'm saying? You can just be chilling on your grind, minding your own business, and life can throw you that sucker punch. Yes, life can also take you from a really, really low state, and you get one phone call, now you're high and sailing. That's called the ebbs and flows of life. You guys understand that, right? Okay. With life, there's going to be times where you're going to be depressed and you're going to be happy. That shit is normal. I'm not talking about, and then there's other times that you might be severely depressed. You know what I mean? Severely depressed. That's normal as well. So first and foremost, if you're ever going through a depressive moment, situational depression, maybe you got hit with a death in your family and you're processing it, or your job situation is funky, or your family situation is crunchy as fuck, and maybe your relationship with your dude or your girl or whatever, your cat got sick, whatever the case may be, and you're going through a crunchy ass moment in your life, and emotionally you're responding, i.e. depression. Please, please, please do not beat yourself up and think that there's some shit wrong with you because you're going through a mild state of depression. That shit is normal. You are human, and that is a natural response. But what you should do, and this is where spell work can come in, is you need to be so in tune with yourself and your self-esteem that when you feel yourself slipping there, you nip that shit in the bud by doing some shadow work and some self-love to bring you right back on track. Let me give you an analogy. You just bought a car, and you've been mobbing with your car for about 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever. Nice car, whatever. And maybe you hit a pothole, or maybe you have a slow leak in a tire, or maybe you need to get some routine maintenance. The car is an analogy for yourself. The road is life. Throughout life, shit's gonna happen. You're gonna maybe run over a nail and have a slow leak. What do? You pull that bitch over, you patch that hoe up, and you keep on pushing down the road, right? Exactly. That right there is the analogy for mild depression. That don't mean that there's somebody out to get you. That don't mean that you have an attack against you spiritually. No, it's called normal maintenance for your journey in this realm, in this physical realm that we're in. That shit is normal. It's not an attack. It's just ups and downs as you go through life. You're around a lot of energies at your job, at this, at that, and shit. You pick up shit. That happens. Okay. Let's say, okay, now this is analogy part 2. Let's say you have that slow link, but you never fix it. and you keep driving. Now you done fucked up your whole complete tire. Something that would have cost you 10, 20 bucks to patch up is now finna cost you a hell of a lot more. Why? Because you're driving down this road of life, and now your tire is shredded to pieces, and now you're driving on the rim. You still don't fix it, and you keep going. Now you done completely messed up your axle. So a $10 and $20 fix that would have taken 15 minutes at a local mechanic is now finna cost your ass in the hundreds, if not thousands, depending on the type of ride you have. This is what I'm talking about when it comes down. Now that's where major depression go. And this is why I tell you guys to tap in and to take self-inventory and to always do and keep up on your self-love maintenance so that you don't have that axle fucking driving on your rim type of fucked up ass situation in your life. All right, now that's that part. Now let's discuss mental illness. There's some people out there, and I do not blame them. I want to first preface by saying I do not blame them. It is not their fault. Mental illness is a serious problem in our global community. It hits the African American and the global African community hard because we are conditioned not to believe in and trust mental health because we are told to go to the church. You know what I mean? We're conditioned to go to the church, and and that same can be said for the Latino community as well. For my Afro Latinas who are into Santeria and different pagan practices, and they're told, we're all conditioned to go to the church, to go to the Catholic church, to go to the mosque, to don't give no weight to mental illness therapy, whatever. Don't believe that you can just pray it away type shit. And that I really truly believe has fucked us up as a people because the shit don't get addressed. All right, so let's take that and liken it to this situation. There's a lot of people out there who are seriously mentally ill that are looking to do spell work to fix it. And as much as I love my ancestors, as much as I love the witchy community, I would never tell a person who's dealing with severe mental illness that they should not seek professional help and do spell work instead. Yes, spell work can help you, but it is not a substitute. If you really are suicidal and you really are suffering from bipolar disorder or schizoaffective disorder or some other shit that's out there, and forgive me for being so damn raw, but I'm not a clinician. I have worked in the mental health field and therapeutic environments for well over 20 years. So I know what I'm talking about, although I do not have the credentials to clinically diagnose. But give me some time, a bitch getting there. My point is you cannot substitute. You cannot substitute professional help for spell work. And I'm not saying that means that spell work isn't effective. Yes, spell work can definitely help you, but you also need to understand that if you're really truly dealing with a severe mental illness, you really need to seek help and do your spell work at the same time. You can't just do spell work and not seek professional help. I'm not going to advise you to do that. And it's not, excuse me, I know my camera is shaking. I apologize because it's mounted. I'm trying to be a legal bitch. I'm trying to be a law-abiding ass bitch because I don't need no goddamn tickets. And I damn sure don't need to be pulled over by LAPD. Okay, back to what I was saying. I would never advise you to do that. I know there are some witch holes out there in these witchy ass YouTube streets that'll take your money and give you all kind of pipe dream that they can fix your bipolar or your schizoaffective disorder. Or I'm telling you that there are some fucking scamming ass bitches, and I'm not one of them. Because I'm not finna tell you to do that. What I'm gonna tell you is to do shadow work and to seek professional help. So I just dropped in to let y'all know that if you're really seriously going through a situation, you need to spend some time meditating to find out if you are dealing with a severe mental illness. And if you are, you need to seek the proper channels to help yourself, whether that be medication therapy, whether that be talk therapy, whether that be whatever the hell it may be. But you also need to do both. You can't just substitute one for the other. And That's really much what I have to say. There's a lot of people dealing with some mental health issues, and not even severe mental health issues like the ones I've mentioned, but some other ones like severe narcissism. Like, people will send me an email. This one lady, that she cheated on her husband about 6 times and he left her, so now she wants to bring him back, and she want me to advise her on a spell work, a Jezebel spell or some shit, to bring her husband that she was with, dude, and he was a good dude. She admitted that herself, and he left her ass because he caught her 6 times. That's how many times he caught her. That's not how many times she cheated. And I'm sitting up here like, bitch, you said yourself you was fucked up towards this man. Why would I advise you to bring him back if that's not what he want? She literally don't see nothing she did wrong. That right there is classic, like, narcissistic personality disorder. And she need to get some damn talk therapy to find out where the root of that situation is. I'm not finna give her no spell. I don't give a fuck how much money she owe me to bring this man. Now she's gonna emotionally damage this man because she has some issues from her childhood that she never addressed. I don't know. My point is this. I said all of that to say this. Self-inventory. Check yourself objectively. You don't have to tell nobody you're doing it, because people will be getting in your business and to spread your shit. I'm not saying go to your auntie or go to your mama or go to your dad or go to your cousin and ask them what they think of you. That's not self-checking. My definition of self-checking is to sit your ass down somewhere, light you some incense, do you some heavy meditation. No distractions. Even if you can't do the shit at home, bitch, get in your car and go to the park and sit in that car, or go take a walk in nature, whatever. And you sit down and you really seriously think. And it can be the most private, most humbling experience ever. And nobody got to know what the fuck you're saying to the ancestors and to yourself. And you let them tell you where you fucked up at. And you ain't got to tell nobody, because if you sit up and you do that shit around people, or you try to talk it out with people, I'm not talking about a professional, because a professional is obligated by law not to spread your business around. But with your bald-headed ass cousin, that jealous ass bitch who been hating since fucking y'all were 3, she'll tell your shit. Or your mom will tell her sister, your auntie will tell her daughter, your cousin, and now your shit spread around the family. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you checking your goddamn self. You spending time with you. No frills, no lace, no unicorn farts, no sprinkles, the real, the raw, the shot with a straight up shot with no chaser, you checking you. And calling your own self out on your bullshit. Because we all have bullshit. I have bullshit, you have bullshit, your mama got bullshit, your daddy got bullshit, my mama got bullshit, my cats got bullshit. We all got bullshit. So you check yourself. And once you check yourself, you really need to sit down and create some sort of plan on paper how you're going to fix your situation, and you're going to seek help if you need it. And ain't nothing wrong with seeking help. Ain't nothing wrong with it. And a lot of people feel shamed in seeking resources. And I'm sorry, but I understand, because we've all been conditioned, that way, and I get it. But you shouldn't, because if you really need that help, you go out there and you get it, and you elevate and boss up. So this week's homework session, or this latest homework session rather, is going to be you calling yourself out on your bullshit and fixing it. If you did some fucked up shit to one of your cousins, and maybe you haven't even sat down and think about maybe why cousin Billy Bob not talking to me. Well, shit, sit down and fucking really, really analyze the situation. And if you did some fucked up shit, bitch, take control and own that shit. And if you need to apologize, apologize. Or maybe you made the wrong choice. We all do. But you can't sit up and try to substitute spell work for mental illness. And you also, I don't want you beating your own ass up if you're going through depression, thinking that it's a spiritual attack when you're just going through the ebbs and flows of life. You understand what I mean? Am I making sense, y'all? All right. I will talk to you guys later. I am the African witch bitch. If you are in the market to purchase low-cost hoodoo supplies, please hit up my website. I'm going to launch a sale soon because I want my prices to be as low as possible so that people can get the things that they need. But more than my website, more than liking my videos, more than sharing my videos, more than that, what I care about more is you doing a self-assessment on yourself and you leveling up and bossing up in your own power. That right there is the premise of why I do what the fuck I do. It don't have shit to do with money. Because like I've stated before, and I'm gonna state it again before I close out this video, I am not in the business to raise an army of lazy ass witch bitches that want to be spoon fed their whole entire life. If you're that bitch and you want me to spoon feed you, you're following the wrong one. Go get your money scammed over to the hoe next door. That ain't me. I'm gonna tell you and I'm gonna teach you so that you can grow in your own power. Because that's how I learned. I wasn't spoon fed nothing. And a lot of times, in order for you to boss up in your power, you're gonna have to dig elbows deep into your own bullshit. Like let's say you have a sink and it's full of brown ass water, dirty ass dishwater with chicken bones and shit, filthy ass, stinking ass dishwater. You can sit up and talk to that sink from the now until the cows come home. You can pour all kind of Lysol in that sink if you want. Fabuloso, the purple one, because that shit smells amazing. You can do that all day long. But that shit is not going to unclog that sink until you take your hand, reach deep down in there, and unplug whatever the fuck it is that got the sink clogged up. And you might have to call Roto-Rooter or whoever the hell those people are with that snake to dig off in there and dig it out. You might need a professional. You just might. But then again, you might can do it yourself. Either way, the shit need to be done so that the water can flow. That's the analogy of the day. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Ashe.